Alright, so we're gonna start with our true beginner full mobility workout. This is gonna be great for starters. For the first one we're gonna do is gonna be some hovers, so quadruped hover. We start at all fours and then we lift our knees. Here you wanna press the ground down, lock your shoulders, lock your elbows, do a protraction with your shoulders, so open them outwards. Bring your chest up and strengthen, tightening your core. After 10 seconds out, we go 10 seconds in again. We're gonna do this repetition 3 times. So out, relax. This is a great full body exercise for beginners or for starting out in any kind. Here I changed my grip because my hands have been hurting from another workouts. Changing the grip really helps. Here you work on the knees, core stabilizers, shoulders, elbows. Everything's really good. Now we're gonna get to some leg kicks on all fours. So here you wanna bring one leg up, curled. You wanna press and tighten that glute when you bring the leg up. Here I stop for a second when I get up, just to tighten the muscle and feel the burn. Try to keep your body as stable as possible. Don't bend the hip too much on any side. Don't arch the back too much. Try to keep your core stable and strong. We're gonna do 10 per each side. So once we're done with the right, we're gonna do the left side. Same thing applies. Try to go as high as you can. Hopefully you can get into that parallel position, somewhat like a 90-90 position. Alright, so once we're done with our 10 repetitions, we're gonna go into some closed tuck holds. So this is a core exercise. I'd recommend you could use a mat on your ground because we're gonna be pressing our spine to the floor. So we bring our knees to the chest. We put the knees at the same level of our hips. And we're gonna raise our body, tightening the core, tensing the center of our stomach. Here I'm just looking at the watch through my legs. You should not be grabbing yourself around the hamstrings. I am not doing that, even though it looks like it on the video. We're gonna do 15 seconds in, 15 seconds out. So I'm gonna relax here for 15 seconds. And once the break is done, I'm gonna tuck again, press in the core, lift your knees, lift your head, press, and you remember you wanna press the ground with your lower back. And we relax. We're gonna do one more of these ones. So hold, close tuck hold. And we're done. Great, good job. So for our next exercise, we're gonna do negative push-ups. This is a great exercise. You can progress to the regular push-up. Remember, you can always, when doing push-ups, start with the knees if doing it on your feet is too much. So for the negative push-up, we're gonna get into a standard push-up position. We're gonna go all the way down, and at the bottom, we're gonna just let ourselves rest, push ourselves back to sitting, and then do another one. We're gonna do 10 of these negative push-ups. Really helps on working the full range of motion. So when you do progress into the standard push-ups, this is gonna work really well for you. Remember to keep a strong core, so you don't want to arch your back when you're doing push-ups. You want to kind of do like a pelvic tilt to the front. Here, my push-ups, you want to tuck the shoulders in, so you don't want to be doing push-ups with your shoulders pointing outwards to the sides. You want to tuck them in as much as you can. Just letting ourselves go as slowly as we can, feeling the full range of the negative downward side of our push-up. Regardless of what level, this is a very good exercise to do. Now we're gonna go into some bridges. So we're gonna go all the way to laying in our backs. We're gonna retract our scapulas. We're gonna put both feet on the ground, and then we're gonna lift our hips as high as we can, pressing, and then lower it down. We're gonna do 10 repetitions of these. Press the ground with your scapulas, with your hands, with your feet, and try to tense your glutes and the back of your hamstrings when you're doing this exercise. If you do progress and feel really good with the bridges, there's always holding a couple seconds on the top position that will help a lot into feeling this exercise a little bit deeper. So now that we are laid down, you can stay down. I'm gonna check out what was my next exercise, which is gonna be these bent knee lowers. So we're gonna bring both knees to the chest, and we're gonna slowly lower the knee and the leg until the foot touches the ground. We're gonna do 10 repetitions per side. So try to keep the lower back as flat on the ground as you can. This is a very good principle when you're working with core exercises while laying on the back. If you want to engage that deep part of your core, you want to press the lower back. You don't want to be arching the back. So focus on the back here and lowering your leg as slowly as you can. This is working on your core, your hip flexors. Really good core workout for starting out. Now bring your knees to your chest, relax a little bit, and for our next exercise we're going to do the same thing, but this time the leg that's going down is going to be straight. So you straighten that leg, you do not touch the floor, you go as slow as you can, and we're going to do 10 repetitions per side. If this feels too much for you, you can pause and then finish the 10 repetitions per side, or you can do 10 more of the last exercise. Alright, great job. Now we're gonna do into some back workouts. So we're gonna start by working our lower back. So for this, we're gonna lay flat chest on the ground, looking down. We're gonna tighten our glutes, and we're gonna put our hands at the side of our face. We're gonna retract the scapulas, and then we're gonna lift all the way up. We're gonna do 10 Supermans. So we're gonna do 10 of these. Do them on a regular speed. Don't go too fast. Try to go controlled, lifting from the back of your lower back. Do not lift the feet. This is gonna make it easier. After we're done with our 10 repetitions, we're gonna do some W's. So we're gonna train that middle back. For doing the W's, we're gonna retract our scapulas and then bring our shoulders upwards. So we retract our scapulas and then we bring them upwards. I'm gonna put a video here for you can see better. We're gonna do 10 of these. So first you retract the scapulas, bring the arms up, and then you lower the arms and relax the scapulas. We're gonna repeat this whole motion 10 times. This is one of the ways we can work our back with out weights, which is something that's very complicated, sometimes very difficult to work our back without weights or without a pull-up bar or some rings. So great. Now that we're done, I'm gonna take a small break here, and for our next exercise we're gonna do a dynamic movement. So here is the 10-minute part of our easy workout. If you want to start getting that mobility and strength in and try to have some fun in your workout, which I'd really recommend, we're gonna lay flat on the ground, dead body, just all the way flat on the ground, and we're gonna try to lift ourselves up. Doesn't matter if we use our hands or not, all the way to standing. Then we're gonna lower ourselves down and all the way to a dead position. So we're gonna do these 10 times. If you're feeling confident, try something different. So here I'm gonna do it with only one hand, or sometimes with no hands. So feel yourself out, see where you are in your journey, and if you're feeling confident, you can try maybe like that, with one hand in the front and one hand in the back, or maybe we can do it with only one hand. So try it out. We're gonna do 10 of these. Maybe you can take an impulse like that and try to lift yourself with no hands. See how you do on that. This is all about moving, so exercising, moving, doing all the things we do here. It's just to gain more freedom in our everyday life, and implementing these playful workouts and dynamic workouts into our routine is going to help us achieve that freedom in our everyday life. So for our last exercise, we're going to do one of my favorite exercises. This is very recent for me, but it's going to be a horse stance. So here we're going to open our legs wide, and we're going to lower our hips in a way that we're parallel to the ground, so forming one line with our knees, our hips. We're going to do 10 seconds in and 10 seconds out. So you go down and you're going to hold for 10 seconds. You can form a triangle with your hands just to feel very monkish. And then we're going to do 10 seconds out. You can research a lot on this exercise, the horse stance. And you can see images of Shaolin monks doing these stance for hours. And they have trained their bodies and mind to hold yourself in this position, which trains stability, balance, just your pubic bones, your hips, hip opening, your knees. So this is a very, very good overall exercise. I challenge you to try it out and implement it on a daily basis. You can see how long you can hold. So this was it, around 12-13 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. Follow Mauricio Move for more exercises.